Okay.
Hey everyone, it's Jay.
And I'm Kendra, and you're listening to Mood Swings, the podcast.
Hey Kay,
Hey, girl, hey.
what you up to?
I am excited. Today is the day before Halloween, so it's Halloween Eve. And in the spirit of candy and goodies and trick-or-treating, I found this Crown Royal chocolate.
Goodness. Oh, we'll be out there next month, so you got to save me some so we can try that together. I think that would be
Absolutely. Absolutely. So that's what I'm drinking today. What about you, girl?
Well, I went old school. My honey bunny poured this one for me, and this is a Basil Hayden's.
Can't go wrong with Basil
You
Hayden.
can't go wrong with Basil Hayden. Now, if you went with like Whistle Pig or something to that effect, Heartburn City. But Basil Hayden's is actually a pretty good brand. I don't get that smokiness. I don't get that afterburn. That deep in the chest area. So yeah, I don't feel like I'm growing a pair of anything. So yeah, that's what I'm drinking today, and it's giving me. I don't know. It's giving me kind of cool, like a little bit of rugged vibes today, and that's my mood.
It's not deep in the chest. It's not, I gotta get a prostate check after I drink this shit. It's not one of those.
Turn it off.
You know, I love a good smoky whiskey, so you're never gonna, you can't sway me. Like a good smoky whiskey, yes, please.
God, that just screams Prilosec OCT all over the place. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I don't think I like how this smells. This chocolate crown.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah, I don't particularly care for that
You know
smell.
what chocolate you do like is some chocolate wine. I know that for a fact.
Absolutely. And I kept going back and forth, like, I'm gonna do chocolate wine, I'm gonna do chocolate whiskey. But two things that shouldn't go together is probably chocolate and whiskey.
No. Are you gonna still try and you gonna muscle the way through it today?
Honey, I don't let any liquor go to waste. Fuck yeah, I'm drinking.
That's what I say.
Ain't no quitters over here.
Ain't no fun if my homie can't have none.
Girl, ain't I? Ain't
no party like a West Coast party like a West Coast party. Don't stop. You know what? I just finished doing all the Halloween stuff. All I have like 5 skeletons out there. I have 6 projectors off of every window, making sure it's projecting all the scary stuff off there, just so that the kids. Because what we found is that we have an average of. Well, this was from last year, 100 to 150 kids, and now between last year and this year, we have so much new development over here in this area. I know there's going to be so many kids. So I prepared for a couple of weeks. I've been going to Costco and getting those big, huge packs. And what I did was I put them together in these small little packs. You get about 5 pieces of candy plus some goodies and some stickers. So now I over almost 200 and something of those packs to give out. So I think I'm good because I just don't want to get egged. I don't want to none of that crazy shit happen to me. So
I am so jealous. You get so many trick-or-treaters. We don't. So like the last 3 years, we didn't get one single trick-or-treater, not one.
Are you? What?
And can I just tell you why I am super excited this year about Halloween, even though we don't get any trick-or-treaters? So one day we're going to have to do a whole segment about when you're a kid and how there's certain things that you think would make a person rich, like in your mind of a child, right?
Right. I know.
When I was a kid, I always used to be like, the houses that give out full-size candies, they're rich. They're straight up rich. Like, right? Like that was always in my mind.
So yeah, I still believe it.
Well, guess what? This year, Mo, we made it. We made it, girl. Your girl's giving out full-size candy bars.
Look, y'all down. This is a story all about how, and so guess what? I am not the full candy bar giver. However, the new 2 guys that moved across the street from the Bay Area as well.
Yeah.
He put it on our little neighborhood watch chat that he was doing full candy bars. I'll be there to sit on the door.
That's right. Like, listen, it's a lifestyle, honey. It's a lifestyle. When you give out full-size candy bars, but now I do have to say this though, because I don't have any trick-or-treaters. I only bought 30. So so it's not like I'm balling out of control. I only bought 30 candy bars, but
for those 30 kids, they're going to be like, they rich.
Hell yeah.
That's right.
Girl, I made it.
Looks like we made it. That's it. I wasn't going to go all into the whole Shania Twain. I can't do that. So.
Okay, so let's get this party started. My mood today is almost like a little bit of anxiousness, but like that fun nervous anxiousness, right? Because I'm excited for tomorrow, Halloween, but I'm ready to get this party started. And I want to give a disclaimer now to our listeners and viewers. Your girl has not eaten all day long. Me not eating. I'm already unfiltered as it is. Then I don't eat. And then I put the chocolate whiskey on top of that. I'm just saying.
I
I'm just
think we
saying.
both have an issue. We should actually call each other before the show at least 2 hours prior and slap down a sandwich because I too haven't eaten anything. So wait, you know what? Let's see where this show goes.
Rock out with your
With
rock
that,
out with your clam out.
you
Cheers.
right on that. Cheers. Clink clink.
All right, let's do it.
Right, we're
Okay.
gonna jam out with our clams out. Boop,
That's
boop,
right,
boop.
girl. Everything's out. So, which now that I think about it, I want to talk to you guys about something kind of sciency. And I'm like, maybe I should have all my faculties when I'm dropping the science, son. You know what I mean?
With how this starts and where it ends. So I'm here for it. Let's go.
Yeah. So, your girl likes science. I like science. I like sciencey type of stories. Those are fun to me. But the last time I did science on this show, I got some feedback from some haters. They were like, "Why are you doing science? I don't care about that." So I'm trying to. It's still science, but I think it's interesting, and I think you guys should be listening to this. This is interesting stuff.
Well, let me just tell you, I love Bill Nye the Science Guy. I love all that shit. So I know some things are not as palatable to our listeners, but some things are. But if you actually just take the time to listen to what the actual science is about, you'll probably find some comedy in it anyway. So,
And I mean, and this is like affecting humanity. I have a very important message that I need to spread. So, have you heard of the Atlas A3?
isn't
It
that
also goes
Elon Musk's
by
son?
what?
Isn't that Elon Musk's son? Right?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
That's his son. That's his son. And he's actually, what time is it? Is he asleep? No, he's probably on the charger charging right now.
Right.
So Atlas A3, it goes by a couple other names. It goes by the Atlas A3, the Atlas I3, and basically in July of this year, in July of 2025, scientists found what they thought was this huge comet, and they found it with the Atlas skeleton, hence the name Atlas.
Okay.
And they later learned that this is an interstellar being, an interstellar comet. So basically, see, here's my science. I didn't know. And if I didn't know this, you guys do not come for me. I'm not a dumb person. I just didn't know this. Okay. So I really didn't know there was other solar systems out there. I thought our solar system was really like the only solar system out there. The vastness of space. There's a whole lot of stuff out there. So this particular comet is from out of our solar system. It's from deep, deep space. A whole nother solar system is where it's coming from. And this is only the third time they've ever seen something enter into our solar system like that. Hence Atlas 3.
Okay.
And the Atlas 3I is because they call it interstellar. So because it's from another solar system.
Hey, okay.
Anyway, so the Atlas.
I'm so interested.
So in 2025, the researchers found this comet, or what they thought was a comet. And they were like, wow, this is really big. It's huge. It's bigger than any other comet we've ever seen. Let's keep our eyes on it. Well, during that research and keeping their eyes on it, they found some key things, which I found exciting. One is it does not behave like a comet. So that in itself is very telling because a comet, there's motion, there's ebbs and flows. And this particular comet is not going that way. So normally when you see a comet, like remember when we were kids, they had Halley Comet, right? And it has like a tail to it. Most of them do. This one has a front
I got
tail.
my Nike Cortezes, you know what I'm saying?
My God. No, I don't know what you're saying.
Sorry, okay.
I do, but I don't want to know what you're saying. So this particular comet has a tail in the front. And most comets, that tail, they're making up like gas and
But usually with comets, a tail is because it's dragging and the atmosphere is pulling it. So it's actually pulling away from it and creating this tail that dissipates out, right? I made all that shit up. It sounds scientifical, but how would it be a tail in the front?
Oh no, NASA doesn't know.
Intersexual to me, you know what I'm saying?
NASA, no one knows. So that's what's also making this interesting. And usually it's like little gas and stars and space debris and all that shit that kind of makes up the tail,
Right. Yeah, of course. We all know that.
This ain't it. You know what it is? Margarita salt.
What?
Cool if it was margarita salt though. Like you just take a glass and run up beside it and get some salt. Okay, I'm playing. It's not margarita salt. I don't know what it is. It's too sciencey for me. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but it's not what a tail should be. Okay, so there's the
Okay,
one thing.
so first off, it's in the front and it's not made of the actual normal particles on which a comet tail is made of.
Correct.
Okay. Okay. Is it solid or is it actually still like a dissipating mass?
That I don't know, but I know that when they're, and this is the thing too, I got to find out. I don't know how they're testing this out, but there's like, I'm not going to get into it because I'm not sober enough and I don't have my notes to even tell you, but I know that there's something with like, there should be some sort of water and iron and carbon and all this stuff, and it's not. Okay.
Okay.
So we'll
Okay,
just keep
then
going.
my last is it do they have a picture of it?
I have not seen a picture of it, but I'm sure there's probably something out there because they caught it on the Atlas telescope. So I'm sure
Right.
there's
If they can
something.
see they have to if they can describe it, I would love to see what it looks like. And then
I'm going to find
compare
a
it.
picture.
If you can see the picture of that one and then compare it to a regular comet so we can kind of see the differences, so then we can that'd be kind of cool. See? I'm all into it.
I'm going to put a picture right here, darlings.
You're on your way to a steady B in science class right now, Kendra.
Look at me.
Wow.
Ew. Okay.
Might get a ribbon.
The other thing is that it doesn't behave like a comet would behave in terms of acceleration and speed. This
Mm-hmm.
particular comet is accelerating and decelerating, making them
Like car.
think
Like it had a stop sign and a stoplight.
like
They
a
saw a
ship,
cop. They was like, slow down.
like a ship, like an alien ship.
Okay, so first off, to the audience, I didn't know we were going down this path. So now we're into some real shit. First of all, I want to know, do the listeners believe in interstellar beings? Did I make that up? Is that what it's called?
Extraterrestrials?
Whatever. Well, that's right. Katy Perry made a whole damn song about it. Okay, so
Aliens. So I'm going to tell you straight up, I don't believe in aliens at all. So the fact that this story is so fascinating to me is weird because I don't believe in any type of, there's no aliens, right? Like I don't believe that. But there's so much going on with this story that it kind of caught my attention and made me go, oh, wait a minute. So again, the comet is accelerating, it's decelerating as if someone is driving it, right? Like it could be a ship.
right.
Here's
Right.
the other thing. It
Uh-huh.
has its own light source.
You know, first off, Kendra, again, if you don't have any visuals to prove this shit, you
I'm
said
gonna
that you
get the
want to be all
visuals.
scientific stuff. We need proof now. So
You
niggas are
know
there
I
driving and turning the light off, got the headlight thing, and then saw the police like, turn that shit off. Because they over there rolling blunts and stuff, and just collectively they getting high. Kendra, come on now. I'm just saying, no pun intended there. It's kind of out
it's
there, Kendra.
somewhere out there.
Out there beneath the pale moonlight. Exactly.
Yeah.
I love Fievel.
Anyways, listen. So it has its own light source, right? Which is not totally uncommon for comets. Comets will have light sources, and it's usually stars or something that they've like some type of space debris that they're dragging along, and that can emit a gas, will emit a light like a star, right?
Okay.
That's not what this is. That's not what this is. This is a light source within the actual comet. It's coming from within as if someone turned a light on. But here's why it's even more fascinating. Because if it was going to be a light source from like a star or something like that, right? It would glow like a warm white or an amber type of color. This is green, margarita green. That's why I say get your salt, baby. Get your salt.
That's all. I get it. Kendra, first off, again, I'm finding it a little bit hard to believe because first off, I mean, I already am tripping about the moon landing, right? So now all of a sudden, because here's my thing. You're finding this information. You found it readily available on the internet or news or something came across and piqued your interest, right? We can't even get into Area 51 here and we'll get shot to death. But yet now all of a sudden we're saying, oh, there's just aliens and they're over here just driving over here, low riding and ghost riding the whip and they're on the way down here to come visit us.
They're ghost riding the whip. So
You know
I
what
should
I'm
say
saying?
this. I should say this. NASA has not said that they think it is an alien, but NASA has said it's definitely not behaving like a comet. And because of that, we are keeping our eyes on it. So
What if she did a U-turn? Then that would freak me out.
well, like a couple of months ago, they were saying that these aliens were black. They were talking about these big aliens that came out and they were like 7 feet tall and they were all black. And people were like, shit, the aliens is black. So,
and then they ended up on the Quan Mills show as a TV, as a book. Yeah.
I
The
say
aliens
this.
got a small ass dick.
Okay. I say this. If they are black, you'll know it because that ship is going to have hella bass on it. And they're going to be in there. When you say bacon to you, they're going to be in there busting to you like this.
And they got hella music and all of a sudden it turns down because they got to park and shit.
Right? Bom, 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 right? And the alien, that's how we know it's our
That's
people.
true.
It's not gonna be
Yeah.
Scotty, beam me up. It's gonna be like, take me through there.
Take me through there.
You can hear. Wouldn't it have been just more fitting if they showed up on Juneteenth?
It would have. Damn it.
You know,
They missed it. Okay. So
like
here
black
is
people that made to their own shit.
even more reason why we know they black. Were they late?
Look, and like the rapture that never came. Jesus black. He was late.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, so here is the most fascinating part to me about this. Okay. Have you ever heard of something called the wow signal? I had never heard of the wow signal either until I started doing the research for this show. So back in 1977, before I was even born, back
Me
in
too.
19, we know you're a little older though. So nonetheless, 1977, there was a scientist, a physicist, I don't know, a person that worked with NASA. His job was to be listening to the skies, right? Listening to outer space, just constantly monitoring, seeing if anything is coming through. And there was something called the wow signal that came through. It was actually 72 seconds of like a high pitch tone. Very, very unusual for space because usually when you listen, they just hear static. It's just complete static. So this having this tone come through and it did it for 72 seconds.
That in 1977 though. This is when they captured it.
In 1977, and they've never heard it again. They've pointed satellites to that area. They've tried to remake the conditions that night. They've tried to do everything to try to see if they can get that sound back again, and they've never been able to hear it again. So the scientists, like it came up on, I know a histogram is probably not what it came up on, but you know how a histogram looks, and it brings out the little paper. Yeah, he wrote on there, wow, and circled it. And so that's how it became known as the wow signal.
The wow signal. That's like, well, first off, you know me, again, just got to be like a little bit the devil's advocate on here. So you said it happened in 1977 and it has never happened again. Incidentally, we went to the moon and still have not been able to go to the moon. You see what I'm saying? This whole, like, we've done this back in like these more primitive times where we did not have technology, but now we can't use the technology in order to pinpoint sounds or define more sounds. Because I know for a fact it's got to be out there, unless that sound was that thing that you were talking about. You know, I don't know.
So I'm going to tell you more about that. So what's interesting about this is that the direction of space that it came from. Now, this part is not the scientific part, but if you were to map it yourself, it came from the area of space known as Sagittarius, which is interstellar, deep space, deep, deep, deep out there. Sagittarius. The Atlas A3 also came from the part of space known as Sagittarius. And what scientists also figured out, so remember, they just found out about...
Wait, one more time, real quick. You said that both the sound of 1977 as well as the comet both originated from the area of Sagittarius.
Sagittarius.
Okay. I always want to make sure that I'm hearing it correctly so, you know, so I can debunk it, but I'm just saying.
So remember, that's not the scientific term Sagittarius, but it's the same direction of where the comet, and I put those in air quotes for y'all listening, from where the comet is coming from. The same part
that constellation area.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So here's the other thing. So remember, scientists just discovered this comet, for the lack of a better term, in July of 2025. But now, since they've been studying, they found out that this comet has been around for years. It's a very, very old vessel. I don't know if vessel is the right word. It's a very, very old extraterrestrial, right? And when I say extraterrestrial, I don't mean it like ET, like phone home. I don't mean it like an extraterrestrial. I just mean it like as, what do they call? They don't call them UFOs anymore. They call them area APNs, aerial phenomena, whatever. Yeah, they've changed the name. They're not UFOs anymore.
Oh, I didn't even know that. I would have called it a UFO.
Let's see. It's called unidentified aerial phenomenon.
Okay.
It was adopted from the U.S. Pentagon in 2022. Also for transmedia objects and things seen underwater. You know, there's all this controversy saying that if there are aliens, they came from the sea because there's so much of the sea that hasn't been looked at. But I mean, you can say the same for space too. Anyway.
Well, they have, like, my understanding is in the deep, deep sea, they have prehistoric, creatures still, but we haven't seen certain things. I don't know if it's real or not, but I've seen like little captions of like things that we have never seen as usual species, right? So I think
And
yeah, I do agree with. I think there are thousands of species that we have not yet seen. But to an alien in another solar system, aren't we an extraterrestrial being?
facts. Are they up there going, there's Earth, there's nobody on Earth. You know what I mean? Like, are they doing that?
Isn't there lights and satellites emitting from our orbit because we've created light? So if we have intellectual beings who are able to create fire, light sources, and creativity, why couldn't there be another source of our entity out there? Is that
I still,
are we that damn ticklish to believe that we're the only ones in this entire existence in this
well,
one planet out of planets that we have?
yeah, I do. I think that. I don't think that there's, I don't think there's anything else. I mean, you can't have life without water, and there's no water.
There you go. The Basil Hayden's got me starting to think like you now. Going, oh, it's crazy. See,
Because
I like
science,
it.
girl,
Keep watching.
science. So here's the other thing. This device, this unidentified aerial phenomenon has been coming close to Uranus. That's what she said. And other planets. And so the problem is that they're thinking maybe this wow signal that came in 1977 was them saying, hey, we're going to be passing through your solar system. We're just letting you know. Now, it'll be damn near 50 years later, but almost 50 years later, but just to let you know, we're going to be coming through there.
But that's very courteous of them. So
It
now they're
is.
not even rude. See, look at that.
If that's what they were saying, or we don't know, they could have been saying, get your shit together, bitch, because I'm going to be there in 2025. Now what? They could be saying that too. We don't know.
That's right. We created green light in our comment.
Facts.
Oh,
They could be like, keep that
I
same
don't
energy
know.
when we get there, Earthlings.
Oh man, I don't know. I don't know if I can go to fight. Sorry.
But why
Go
would we
ahead.
have to fight though? I feel like, I mean, well, here's the thing. I
You
don't
know
believe in
why?
aliens at all,
Because it's
but
in our nature. It's in humans'
facts.
nature. When we feel threatened and we don't feel that we are the most like top of the food chain, we're gonna fight. Exactly. So I can see us going. Do you remember the movie Mars Attacks?
Yes, I remember Mars Attacks. So tell them the premise. Tell them the premise of
I'm sorry.
Mars Attacks.
So it was back in the 90s. So we saw aliens were coming and we decided that at first we're scared of them, obviously. But then we thought, oh, maybe we should welcome them. And they came in all nice, like, we're going to help you with our big heads and our mega minds. And we're going to go and just start fucking up the whole American or actually the whole world, right? Shooting them and like disintegrating their bodies, right?
Yeah. Yeah. We were on
I'm
some
telling you.
America fuck yeah type shit.
Oh my God. I love Team America. America. Fuck yeah.
So we were on some shit like that. And I think that's and that was it. Have you ever seen District 9? District 9 that was also
No.
like I think late 90s where same thing. Aliens came and they looked very like an insect and they were calling them prawns, like saying they looked like
Oh,
shrimp and they did. So they were calling them like it was like a racial slur. They were calling them prawns and fucking them up and keeping them in this little District 9 and yeah. So you're
oh
right. When you
no.
say it's in our nature and it ain't in our nature, but I get what you're saying, right? Like that's what we do. Human beings. Human beings. That's what human beings do.
Absolutely agree. It's our blood, but there are some blood that has that superior being feeling. We'll leave it at that.
I know is this going to be they not like us, hella loud on repeat, and hella Americans out there with their guns trying to kill them.
We inviting them to the cookout, and I'll be calling cousin prawn and having them drinking on some of this habiki and all this.
You can't say
Basil
prawn.
Hayden.
Prawn is a slur. You can't say prawn. You
Oh,
have to just say
okay, okay.
my interstellar brother.
Yes,
Or
my
what if
interstellar brother.
or what if they're hella racist? What if they're like, fuck these
Hey,
Americans?
what if they look like us? That would be crazy. Well, I mean, is it really crazy? We have an actual planet right now full of millions of people that look like us. Again, is it outlandish for us to believe that there are beings that are exactly like us on a different planet?
So here's the other part. Okay, here's the last part of this story. I was crashing out a little bit when I saw it because again, I do not believe in aliens, but there's so many abnormalities here that I was like, this might be plausible. And some of the world's finest minds, like world renowned, Harvard prepared laureate, of the science food chain are weighing in on this. And they're not saying it's aliens, but they're saying there's definitely something peculiar going on. And that was enough to get my my eyebrows to raise a little bit because
Okay, but the part that's tripping me out is that they don't think it's aliens, but it's peculiar. Well, peculiar, what could it be? Fucking aliens.
well,
What else could it be?
they
Is it
don't want to
Trump
say
or is it
well, it
fucking
could no, it could just be a new type of comet that we never a new species of comet that we never knew existed. It could be that. I think they don't want to cause alarm and they don't want to cause alarmists and they don't want to cause crazies or mass hysteria or any of the things that can go along with remember
Aisha?
World of Worlds back in the 50s before we were born and how it caused mass hysteria and come to find out it was all just a radio hoax. I think they don't want something like that happening again. So they don't want to use and on top of that you have to remember these people they've built their career in science. And if they just come out and start saying it's aliens, all of that could be stripped from them so quickly. You know what I mean? So they have to be very strategic about how they place things out here for public consumption. So remember, they said that this has been traveling for years. So that frightens me a little bit because I'm like, how fucking vast is space that something can travel undetected for of years? How
And that
big
is
is
why
space?
I say if space is infinite, right? Which we don't know because we've never traveled to the end of space. We've never traveled to the bottom of the ocean. We haven't done a lot of things. We've accomplished a lot as human beings, but we haven't done so much to actually, again, confirm are there any other beings? How selfish of us, actually, to think that we are the only ones in this entire universe, in this entire, that's hella privilege. Hella privilege to think that shit.
Is that privilege though? I don't feel like that is it?
Yeah. We're the only ones in this entire world. Fuck that. If some kind of thing, that's all fucking made up shit because we're the only ones. We're the only fucking, that's basically what we believe. Isn't that what we believe?
I look
Do you
differently.
believe
I
it?
don't look at it. No, I don't look at it as being in a space of privilege or superiority. I don't look at it as a space like that. I look at it strictly from a space of science, right? I believe in science. It's like I'm agnostic when it comes to it, right? There hasn't been anything to confirm. There's also nothing to deny. So until I get something, I just feel like the possibility is probably really, really low. But then also there's a duality too,
How
right?
privileged of you.
No, that's science. That's not privilege. That is science. That is facts. That is scientific testing. That is peer review. That is longitudinal studies. Like that's
Yeah.
science.
Okay, let me ask a question. So in your science of all this peer review, in the hundreds and hundreds of years, did they see that comment? No. Right?
No.
So
No.
again, for hundreds of years, there could be hundreds and hundreds of light years of beings that we are not aware of until maybe Thursday when this motherfucker lands down on us and it shows surprise, 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 surprise.
Right. So this is what I was going to say. This is the last part of this. So I was so intrigued in this whole story and thinking about this and what it can mean for mankind. And then I read because I said, well, when is it set to be here? When will we know? Like, when is this object set to arrive in our atmosphere? And the answer is, it's not. It's just passing through space on its way to wherever else it's going. It's on its way to a birthday party or some shit. I don't know. But it's not coming here. So now I'm like, no, but then why the fuck do we care? You know? It's not coming here. It's just passing through.
Right. So we're not going to be able to. So, okay. So wait. So how close will it come when it's passing through? Is it something that like we're missing it by mere,
Nope.
inches? Is there something that we were able, the viewer, to see it come by us?
Nope.
No. Is Aerosmith going to be like, I don't want to close my eyes?
I don't want to fall asleep because I'll miss you, babe. No, it's not going to be any of that. It's going to be behind the sun. And again, I'll have to get my notes so I can tell you exactly. It'll be not light years, but it'll be very, very far from us. It's no threat to Earth. It won't be anywhere near Earth. So then once I read all that, then I kind of lost some of the momentum in the story. Like, well, then why the hell do I care? Like, if you're going to send somebody there to open that fucker up and see what's in there, then okay, then I'm interested. If it's going to come to Earth and we're going to see what it is, I'm interested. But if I I'm not going to have any access to this ever, then what do I care for?
I know. I don't know why we care as well. But you just said, with your privilege, if it's not over here, we're going to open that bad boy up. We're going to look and see what's in there and say, oh, no, motherfucker, fuck you. We're Americans here. Fuck yeah. And then you'd be like, get the fuck out of here, alien. Yeah,
What
I got all that. I got all of that.
My God,
You
no.
know what? That's what got out of
I
it.
deal with science and facts, Jennifer. I would never, I'd say crack it up to see what it is. Like, let's open it up and see what's in there. That's not privilege. That's straight up science.
So did you ask permission, or you just go in there and just like he's the landlord to crack that shit open and start investigating? What if he don't give you permission to go in there? Would you still go?
Who's to say there's intelligent beings that we need to ask permission for? Who's to say that this isn't
Somebody
just a
turn the
comment?
motherfucking light on. Somebody
It's a
turn that light
comment
on
that's
inside there.
emitting gases from the inside. It's emitting gases from the inside, and that's where the light is coming
So
from.
he's farting inside and creating the gas.
I already told you, it's a big ass
You know what?
margarita in the sky. They want to party.
I can't wait. I hope this motherfucker makes a pit stop here, shows who they are, and then just takes off.
Let me tell you this. The size of this thing is almost the size of the island of Manhattan. So it could have a whole population. There could be a whole population of extraterrestrials in there. And so that's why I think, like, did something happen wherever they were from in deep, deep, deep space where they were able to live undetected? And now they have to get their whole population in this craft and go to wherever they're going, because their final destination is not behind the sun. That's just where they're going to be the closest to Earth when we can actually, I guess, maybe see. Maybe they're still going to be on their path going wherever they're going. It's mind-boggling. It really is. So that's why I've been so fascinated in this story, because it really is mind-boggling. Even for a non-believer like myself, it's still a fascinating story.
And so for me,
so what do you think?
I want to reject this so badly, but now I'm so kind of semi-invested that I kind of want to know more. So I will have to continue to do some research to find out about that. So thanks for bringing that up, Kay. I appreciate it.
Don't worry. Keep you posted, my friend. All right. So thank you for indulging me in my theories tonight and my silly conversation. And I want all the listeners to know this is really just for entertainment purposes. Please do not quote me on anything. I'm not a scientist. I'm going loosely based off my talking points. Okay. So everything may not be 100% NASA approved.
You heard that, guys.
Thank you. I'm just one human being.
We already heard that. She is not a scientist, but she loves science. She loves the science in science.
I do. Absolutely. I dropped science, son. So anyway, thank you for indulging me. I will keep us all posted, you as well as the viewers. Yes, as well as our listeners. Unless, of course, I get all the hate mail about stop talking about science.
Or them fucking bees. Well, so, all right, Kay.
Yeah. All right, girl. Well, I've had a great time with you tonight.
I love you, Kay.
Love you, Jay. Cheers.
Clink, 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 clink.